Being an adult in this day and age of 2026 in America is booty cheeks. It sucks. It's terrible. It's funky. Okay?
And, like, that's people's dream. You know? Picket fence, family that you never got. You know, things like that. And then it's just crapped on by the state of the world right now.
Americans are so broke and they don't even realize it.
And I'm like, the girls aren't paying their rent. The girls are not paying their rent. And nobody fucking told me. Y'all is sneaky. I could have just not been paying mine either. Y'all suck as friends, bitch.
Like, what, am I gonna be a granny living in a studio? Please.
Over 771,000 Americans are now homeless, an all-time record high. And the number keeps climbing. The cost of living in 2026 has gotten so out of control that millions of hardworking people are just one missed check away from losing everything. Today, we are talking about how the housing and cost of living crisis is pushing ordinary Americans towards homelessness. Check this out.
Being an adult in this day and age of 2026 in America is booty cheeks. It sucks. It's terrible. It's funky. Okay? Nothing about being a young adult in 2026 is fun. All my life, I've been told, go to school, get your education, get a degree, get a good job. I went to school, I got my education, I got a degree. I'm not doing anything with it. All I do is sit in the office all day. I don't like it here. I would rather not be here, but it's the only job that I could get, you know? And it don't have nothing to do with what I went to school with whatsoever. So here I am, right? And so I've been working the last 6-7 months and got, you know, acclimated or whatever. You don't get no raises here, so it's nothing to work towards. And it's just not a place where I see myself 5 years from now or whatever. But I don't know how I'm supposed to get a good job with my degree. And everywhere I apply is, oh, you gotta have X amount of years of experience. How? I've been in school my whole life. I graduated during a pandemic. Everything was shut down. There were no internships. There were no nothing. So what am I supposed to do? Go back to school? Because at this point, I might as well go back to school and just try it again. But I just feel like I done wasted all these years. The pandemic, I graduated in 21. It's 2026. That is 5 years of just job hopping, basically. Because there ain't nothing, I've not found anything that's like, yeah, this is where I want to be. And granted, I know that wherever you are, it's just a stepping stone to get to where you want to be. At least that's what they say. And 5 years later, I am nowhere near where I want to be. So, yeah, being an adult in this day and age, a young adult, it's a scam. The whole thing is a scam. They want you to do all this work, but you're supposed to have a work-life balance. They want you to be able to, get married, have kids, do this and do that. But it's too expensive. And I am a black woman. I hope they don't let me. Let's just say whenever I do have kids, that it is just, I have a happy, healthy baby and a safe pregnancy. That's it. That's it. Because we all know that's a whole nother thing to get into. But if you know, you know. Anyways, a young adult in this day and age, a scam.
I'm just sitting here thinking about how difficult it is in the world to be my age. Like the age that, you know, you think about marriage, buying a home, having a family, and then you know in the back of your head that it's not the best decision financially. Like if you can only take care of yourself at the moment, you know better than to bring a child into the world that you can't give 100% to. And like in this economy, that's not, unless you have a really freaking good job or you both have really freaking good jobs, it's not a good decision. And like, that's people's dream, you know? Picket fence, family that you never got, you know, things like that. And then it's just crapped on by the state of the world right now.
My Hi there, my name is Tyler, and I'm homeless living here in my car because even though I work full-time, I don't make enough money to qualify for an apartment in America today. The average price of a one-bedroom apartment is now over $1,500 per month. And interestingly enough, I had somebody leave me a comment on one of my videos yesterday, and this person said that if you can't afford to pay $1,500 a month for an apartment, you are doing something wrong in life. Well, here's the thing about that comment. According to BLS.gov, over 30 million, in fact, 30.2 million Americans earn less than $15 an hour right now. And if you do the math on that, that's less than $2,000 per month after taxes. So if you look at that, it comes out to be about $1,950 per month. And when you take away $1,500 for rent, you're left with $450 after rent to live on for a whole month. It's not possible when you take away for utilities and gas and car insurance, car payment. It's not possible. And this is where we're at in our country. And it is our elected officials that have gotten us to where we are. We are in a ditch right now in America. It is not right that we work so hard. We work full time. I work between 50 and 60 hours a week. And like I said, I have to live here in my car. There's actually over 100,000 people right now that work but don't earn enough money to have a place to live, and they're living in their cars like me. This isn't right, and this isn't a right versus left. It is the fault of both the Republican Party and the Democrat Party that we are right in this position right now. So it's time that we start contacting our elected officials. It's time that we start paying more attention of who we're voting into office. We need to get people in office that are going to bring the wages up and bring the cost of living down so that we can all have the chance at the American dream again. I don't think it's crazy to think that if you work a full-time job, you should have a place to live. We should be able to live and have at least a chance at the American dream. But when your time, all of your time is spent just bringing in enough money just to survive every day, that dream is so far away for so many people. And there's nothing wrong. It doesn't make you less of a person if you're earning less money. You're just taking advantage of the opportunities that you have. Not everybody has the opportunity to get a six-figure job. I earn $15 an hour or less, and I'm trying to make the most of what I have here living in my car. So we've got to come together, guys, and we've got to work together and come up with solutions to get our country out of this situation. So thank you for watching, and I want to leave you with a quick quote before I go. Never think that what you have to offer is insignificant. There will always be someone out there who needs what you have to give. And remember that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. God bless you and much love to you. Bye for now.
Americans are so broke and they don't even realize it. I always get Americans tell me, oh, but people in Mexico only make $20 a day. You can get a full meal here for $2. The metro in Mexico City costs 5 pesos, which is like 25 cents. I can go to the market right now and buy 3 kilos of mangoes for like $2. Yeah, people make less money here, but the cost of living is also lower. Americans think that everywhere is like the US. Now, check this out. Let's say you live in the US and you make $3,500 a month after taxes. I'm being generous. Rent, $2,000. Car payment, $500. Car insurance, $200. Health insurance, $200. Phone bill, $100. Wi-Fi bill, $50. Light bill, $150. Water bill, $100. What's the point of making more money if you don't get to keep any of it? Who cares if you make $4,000 a month if you don't get to keep any of it? 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and that includes half of six-figure earners. 80% of you guys are in debt and don't own anything, and half of you guys don't even have $500 in your savings account. But let's call other countries poor and let's call other people poor. Living paycheck to paycheck your whole life and being in debt your whole life should be considered poverty, but it's not. And I know this is going to hurt a lot of Americans, but it's the truth. The US system wants you to spend every waking moment of your life working and paying into a system that will never benefit you.
And why ain't nobody tell me ain't nobody paying rent? Why ain't nobody tell me that? I could have just not paid my shit. I'm in the office with my homegirl. She working there or whatever. Now, I'm only going in there to do a maintenance request, but I like her. She real cool. Not the manager, she a little something different. But this girl, she real cool. She just got there a couple months ago. We chat all the time, right? I'm going in there. She's like, hold on 1 second. She's on the phone. I see a list on her desk. And now the list got all the apartment numbers on it. Now it's like an Excel sheet or whatever. It's got the apartment number, names, the rent, how much you owe, whatever. And it's got like her writing next to it. Like she wrote on them. Now, mind you, the paper I'm looking at is apartments 1, 2, and 3. It's all the people that haven't paid in the apartments of apartment 1, apartment 2, apartment 3, or building 1, building 2, building 3. And I'm looking at this list, and all of them is like, oh, we'll pay by next week. We'll pay by May 4th. We'll pay by May 3rd. We'll pay both May and April on this day. I'm like, the girls aren't paying their rent. The girls are not paying their rent, and nobody fucking told me. Y'all is sneaky. I could have just not been paying mine either. Y'all suck as friends, bitch.
You know, they're estimating for there to be almost 900,000 homeless Americans in 2026. Aliens. Did you know that $1 today only buys about 11 to 12 cents worth of what it bought in 1970? Kill switches. Did you know that about 70 to 75% of the foods packaged in the United States are considered ultra processed? Hantavirus. Did you know that mortgage payments for a typical United States buyer nearly doubled from pre-pandemic levels? In a 6-year time frame, nearly doubled. 24/7 surveillance, and as a bonus, meat allergies. I think you get the point. There's always a distraction or a diversion instead of an answer or a solution. And if you haven't been paying attention, it just doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon, does it?
Something that's really concerning me about rent is I feel like 1-bedrooms are now just being cannibalized up in the market by couples. And I feel like they're running rent prices accordingly. Like they're increasing 1-bedroom rent prices as if 2 people could live there. Because I'm seeing places in the city where I live where we're verging on like $4,000. I mean, not quite. Like we're getting there. Like every year it's increasing. And it's like, at what point is the market going to stop it? Well, I'm just worried the market's not going to stop it, because basically it's going to force single people into studios, I guess, or into our cars, I guess. And then the couples will just continue to eat up all of the 1-bedrooms. And so it is pretty concerning that, and for somebody my age, 33, that has a lot of money, like I don't have a problem with rent, but I don't like paying a huge portion of my money to rent. It's such a suck on my money. And I think the rent prices are outrageous. It's ridiculous that I'm 33 years old and I feel like they want me to go back to living like a college student. Like they want me to live in a closet or go back to living in a studio where my bed is like inches away from my oven. I'm not going to do that. That's so absurd. And even some of these 1-bedroom apartments, it's like there's not enough in them. So there's like the closet is tiny and you have no storage. There's no shelves. There's no nothing. Like this is a silly gripe, but like my vacuum is laying on the floor because I don't have anywhere to put it that's efficient. I mean, I could try to bury it away in the closet, but there's not enough room. And I never thought at 33 I would be feeling like I just don't have the space to stretch out. I can only imagine, people that want to have a family when they live in an apartment. Like, where do you even put a baby? Where do you put a child? I just think that this is not sustainable long term, this whole rental market, and something's got to give. We've got to get houses back into the market for people to be able to actually live in sustainably, because this whole apartment thing and living in a closet for your entire life, like what am I going to be, a granny living in a studio? Please.
Bro, and they sent me this shit in the mail. All because I'm asking for my apartment to be fixed. The electrical issues, bro. So now I get kicked out and homeless. Bro, like on my fucking birthday. And people keep grouping together. You guys got what you wanted, right? Y'all saw them text messages I uploaded. Oh, you want me to be homeless? You want me to get my kids taken? Like, I'll officially be homeless right on my birthday. Another year of spending my birthday alone, dealing with this harassment, this stalking. Like, just fuck me, right? Just fuck me. And I'm on break for a work contract. And I gotta suck this up and go back to work, bro. I'm so tired of dealing with this and all by my fucking self, and people continue to come in my life, like, pretending to give a fuck just to be a part of all of this. What is so special about me that everybody want to join in or play it in my face and try to drive me crazy or ruin my life? Like, what is it about me? Why do y'all get so much joy from fucking torturing me like this? And then when I speak up about it, try to make it seem like I'm crazy. Because I'm literally uploading videos, right? I'm uploading videos of how my apartment is fucked up, how I'm being threatened, how people want to see me homeless, want to see my kids get taken, how I get fucking evicted because I want my apartment in livable conditions. Bro, like, I'm so tired of fucking dealing with this shit. Like, I just want to go to sleep. But I gotta get up and make fucking money so that I can figure out what the fuck we gonna do. Living in this car. Living in a car again.
Let's be real for a second. It is 2026, and a lot of people in America aren't living. They are surviving. People wake up stressed before the day even starts, checking bank accounts, checking bills, hoping nothing unexpected happens. Because one emergency, one mischecked, one hospital visit can throw everything off. Groceries are higher than ever. Rent is out of control. Interest rates stay high. Families are drowning in debt just to survive. Meanwhile, people are working harder than ever. 2 jobs, a side hustle, overtime, burning themselves out just to stay afloat. And somehow society still tells them you need to work harder. Harder? People are exhausted. This isn't laziness. This is survival mode. The system keeps getting more expensive while the average person keeps getting squeezed. Yeah. People can't afford homes. Young families are delaying kids. Parents are sacrificing meals for their children. Good, hard-working people are losing hope. And the worst part? So many blame themselves. But the truth is, the rules have changed. They told us, go to school, work hard, stay loyal, do the right thing. I did that. But nobody warned us the finish line would keep moving. Don't you feel like that? That's why I stopped just complaining about life and started learning how money actually works. Financial education, ownership, leadership, building assets, creating options. Because surviving paycheck to paycheck was never a dream. And dreams only become wishes. I had a vision. Freedom. Freedom was more time with my family, less stress, more peace, more purpose. And if you ever tried, or if you're tired of barely getting by, maybe it's time to stop accepting survival as the normal and start building something better for you and your future. I'm looking for individuals that want to make that change. If that's you, let's connect.
If you don't have order and structure in your life, you're probably struggling right now. Think about the times when you clean your entire house, bathroom, living room, kitchen. Think about how you feel because things are in order, they're in their place. Why aren't you doing that with everything else in your life right now? That's what I'm talking about.
Listen to me, because I'm getting real damn tired of hearing people talk about homelessness like it's some kind of character flaw. Like people wake up one morning and decide they want to lose their damn housing. Nobody wants that. And listen, the more I look around, the more I think we're having the wrong conversation. We are talking about homeless people when we should be talking about how many Americans are one bad day away from becoming homeless themselves. Not years away, one bad day. A few days ago, I saw a video from a woman who got evicted from her townhouse and a church. They stepped in and helped her get into an extended stay motel, paid for a whole month. An example of good people doing a good thing. But here is the part that stopped me cold. Once she started paying back, the motel was only about $50 cheaper a month than the townhouse she lost. $50. Not enough to save, not enough to rebuild, surely not enough to get ahead, just enough to survive another month. Then she started applying for apartments, and nobody would rent to her because the eviction damaged her credit. And I remember thinking, well, then what the hell is she actually supposed to do? She needs housing, eviction's in the way. She needs better credit, but you need housing first. She needs savings, and the motel is eating the money. Round and round she goes. And that's when it hit me. This woman is not the story. She's the warning, because I think there are millions of Americans living some version of that exact reality right now. Not homeless, not yet, but close enough to see it from where they're standing. Everything costs more. I mean everything. And I don't think most people are building wealth anymore. I think they're managing risk, managing emergencies, managing stress, managing survival. And survival, it changes people. A person whose nervous system feels safe can think about next year. A person in survival mode is thinking about Friday. Can I pay rent? Can I keep the lights on? Can I make this paycheck stretch one more week? That is not weakness. That is not biology. It's part of what frustrates me the most is how quickly we judge people after they've fallen. We see the motel, we see the car, we see the tent, we see the outcome, but what we don't see are the 100 things that came before it. The moment there was nobody left to call. Not everybody has family. Not everybody has a friend with a spare bedroom. Not everybody has a church willing to help. Not everybody has somebody there to catch them when they fall.
I am 24 hours away from being homeless. I'm unemployed, 41, and I'm single. But this is the first time that I have completely let go of everything. All 5 fingers have been released from the cliff, and I'm kind of doing a trust fall. I leave for New York in the morning. I'll be there for 3 weeks, and I have no idea what's next. I've applied for over 1,000 jobs, and I've had 3 interviews. And if another person tells me to optimize my resume, I might have a stroke. I'm not even worried. I think I pretend to be worried because I don't want someone to think that I'm egotistical or think that I'm naive. I'm not worried. I know something is coming. Don't know what it is, but I'm ready for it. Got my bags packed, literally. Wish me luck. Or send me a job lead.
So I just watched this girl's video. She's a young girl living in LA. I'm assuming she's like 23, maybe 24 years old. She's talking about how she was out apartment shopping, and she found an apartment. It was like $2,100 or $2,300, something like that. And of course, in LA, you got to pay for everything. Pay for parking. I mean, any major city, you're going to have to pay for that. But the thing that got me was she said that they wanted the people to pay a subscription for the key to be able to access the apartment. And that shit is just crazy, right? Like I'm a capitalist. I believe in capitalism. I believe in free market. I believe in free trade. Being able to go out and get your own and slay the dragon. Like I'm all for that shit. Like I've been in business for the last 11 going on 12 years. But at some point you gotta pump the brakes and realize, like, wait a minute, this thing that's going on right now is like a bastardization of capitalism. You shouldn't be able to put a stranglehold on people and put them in positions to where you are squeezing every single dime out of everybody that you can possibly squeeze it out of. So my question is like, how? Like, how are you guys? For me, my situation, like I'm good, right? I'm doing fairly well. Been doing pretty good for quite some time. But like, how are you guys making it? What are you doing? Like, how are you guys surviving? And I've never even paid. Well, did I? No. None of my houses ever cost $2,400 a month. You know, I've always been in a situation where, you know, I've been able to be good, get a good interest rate, and, you know, now I'm in an even better situation. But like, how are you guys making it? How are you surviving, especially if you're working for someone else? How are you doing it? I know what it's like for me being self-employed. Like I said, it's been the last 11 going on 12 years, but I'm curious, like, how are you guys doing this? How are you making it?
Okay, so from my last post, I had a lot of questions in my DMs. I actually got text messages from people as well. But I want to answer this particular question here because this seems to be one question that I saw on here repeatedly that I don't think a lot of people truly comprehend or understand. And so, yes, I'm here to advocate for renters, but as a person who has been a landlord and manager and dog owner for over 14 years, there's a lot of laws and rules that a lot of landlords who are new landlords or just scumlords don't abide by. So I'm here to spill all the tea, but to advocate for renters and give you the information. So in regards to this particular question about increases, unfortunately, increases are necessary in our rent. Now, that's why in certain cities like Los Angeles County, in Los Angeles City, it's rent controlled. So the cap is 5%. A landlord cannot charge you more than 5%. If they do, report them to the housing board. I'm an advocate for telling. Be a Karen, snitch, tell. Because that's your money. That's your hard-earned money. And they're already overcharging us for all kinds of shit anyways. But when it comes to rent increases annually, yes, they are legal. And I need you to look at it in this way. Every year, you know, we have inflation, regardless of what the degree of inflation is, there's inflation. And so with owners, there are roof repairs, there's maintenance repairs, you know, on the building. They get property tax increases, they get insurance increases, they get increases on their end. And so for you to live there, you would have increase. If you owned a home, you would have an increase in all of those areas as well. And so when you get a rent increase, it's for the landlord to offset those fees that increases for them as well. So whether you're renting or owning, you will be paying increases. So rent increases are necessary. Now, if you live in an area that is not rent controlled, then could you guys stop? I'm trying to talk to the people. Go to your pineapple. Still a landlord, but they squat. They don't pay anything. Anyways, so rent increases are necessary. Like I was saying, if you live in an area that is not rent controlled, you need to move. Just move, because they can raise your rent whatever the heck you want. So for instance, in Los Angeles County, Glendale is its own municipality. They don't have rent control. They're a part of Los Angeles County, but for some reason, they're not a part of, you know, Los Angeles City. So there are people who are charging people $250 every year in an annual increase, which is insane. Because as a resident of Glendale, off and on for a couple of years, I don't know what's going on with Glendale right now. That's a whole different post. But Glendale is ghetto, is dirty. The people who have moved into this community over the last 5 years have not taken care of Glendale. It is dangerous over here. I don't know what the hell's going on over here. It's a clean air city, and it's illegal to smoke in open public places. But these people over here do it, and they don't care. Anyways, whole different subject. So whatever your questions are, ask them. I'm answering some of them by video, answering some of them in DMs, and answering some of them in the comments. I think my next video will be about carpet cleaning, because there's a lot of questions about y'all wanting your carpets replaced for free while you live there. And I'm going to explain why that's not going to happen.
If you're struggling to keep a roof over your head right now, you're not alone. This is happening to millions of Americans across the country. Drop your story in the comments and share this video so that more people know what's really going on. And you know your girl is nosy. I just want to know. So what? Y'all want to know too. Follow for more real talk on the crisis that's happening in America in 2026. Happy every day.
No fit overthink, oh. Me, I know like stress. Steady on my speed, oh. I'm no checking my